Hello everyone, this is episode 4 of the Learn Java series, and today we will be learning about a new topic. So I think this video will be around half an hour long. So I hope you enjoy it. And one thing, in the last episode I actually forgot to discuss my project, my personal project. So let me show you what it does, okay? This is what I made. So it does this. Welcome to Students Management, Class 7A. Choose an option. Add student, add marks, view of students, check marks of students, rusticate student. Rusticate student, I haven't added the functionality for it yet, but the other things work. So I type add student, enter name of student, I will type Sundi. Okay, added Sundi. Now if I do view all students, see list of all students is Sundi. Okay, now add marks. Enter name, I will type Sundi. Enter subject, let's say Hindi. And marks, actually, in my half yearly, I got 69 out of 80. Okay, marks added for Sundi in Hindi, 69. Now, check marks of student. Enter student name Sundi. Subject Hindi. Loading. And marks of Sundi in Hindi is 69. Okay, so I hope that by the end of this, you will also be able to make this stuff something like this. Okay, so now this is already going to be a long video, so let's just hop right back in. If you haven't watched this series, please start from episode 1. Now just do what I have showed you before. Public class tutorial and public static void main string args. Now, okay, so today we will be learning about, let's just say, oh what, today we will be learning about, today's syllabus is if else statement, switch case, and and relation. So let's just start. If else, I will start off strong with my voice loud. Let's see. If this is the format of an if statement, okay? Now, what is an if statement? It just checks. It is like an statement. It's just like the print statement. You know, I've taught you system.out.println. This is a command. Let's say this is a command. Okay, we can use it at any time in a program. If is also an command. Okay, what it does is it checks and condition that we tell it to, and if it is true, then it will do something that we tell it to, and if it is false, then it will do something that we tell it to. Okay, so let's do it by doing this. Its format is this: if, then small bracket, then go right side, press right arrow key, and press this parentheses. Okay, this is the format. Okay, this is the scope of the if statement. So anything, so like, let's say I create a variable int a is equal to 2 semicolon, and if a is bigger than 1, then system.out.println a is bigger than 1. Okay, so like this, what this does is it checks if a is greater, this is a greater sign. Okay, greater than, if a is greater than 1, which it is, then it will system.out.println a is bigger than 1. Okay, so let's run this, and it shows a is bigger than 1. But now if I do, if a, I will set a to 1. Now a is equal to 1, it is not bigger than 1, it is 1 itself, so it will not print anything, because this statement, this condition, that a is greater than 1, this returns false. Okay, now moving on, I can also do like if a is greater than 1, then system.out.println is very big, like this. Okay, whatever. Now, else, what is else? It can like, so if the condition that we tell the computer, if it is true, then it will do this. But what if it is false? What if a is not greater than 1? Then we have the else statement. What it does, after the scope of the if ends, like after the ending curly bracket, you have to do ELSE and then another curly bracket. Okay. So if A is greater than 1, system dot out dot println A is greater than 1. Else, if it is not, if it is lower than 1 or if it is equal to 1, then system dot out dot println A is smaller or equal to 1. Smaller than or equal to 1. Okay, let's start with A being 25. So A is greater than 1. Obviously 25 is greater than 1. So it should print A is greater than 1. Let's see, A is greater than 1. Okay. Now let's set it to 1. Okay. So 1 is not greater than 1 obviously. So this condition said false. And when it said false, it will not print, it will not run this code. It will run what is in the else. Okay. So if you want to do this like in the English, you can say if the statement is true, it will run this, and if it is not true, then else it will run this. So let's see what will happen. What will happen? Guess, guess, guess. It will print this. So a is smaller than or equal to 1. Why? Because 1 is not greater than 1. Okay. Now this is it. And if I do a is equal to negative 1, then also a is smaller than or equal to 1. Now, instead of the else statement, and guys, I think I'm going too quick through the content, like in my previous videos also. If you think I'm going too quick, please comment. Okay, so that I can talk more slowly and my throat won't get dried up easily, and you can learn better. And so that when I talk slowly, the video lasts longer and I get more watch time, which means more money. Okay, so I can also do else if this is if a is greater than 1, then print this. But else if, okay, let me just type this, I will explain later. Type this, okay, with me. Okay, now what does this mean? This does is, if a is greater than 1, then print a is greater than 1. Else, now normally we have an else there and then nothing after it, but we can also do else if. So um for my Hindi audience, I think actually I'm having trouble explaining this in English. So let me try to explain this in English and Hindi both. First English. So else, if this statement returns false, then it will say that if it is false, then it will check this. Okay, and if this is true, then it will print this. Now in Hindi, सब सुन लो, अगर ये कंडीशन ट्रू बताती है, ठीक है, कि ए बड़ा है, ग्रेट ए इज ग्रेटर देन 1, तो फिर वो ये प्रिंट कर देगा ए इज ग्रेटर देन 1। लेकिन अगर वो नहीं है, एल्स एल्स का मतलब अगर वो नहीं है, देन तो फिर वो करेगा एल्स इफ। तो वो ये नहीं करेगा कि अगर वो 1 से बड़ा नहीं है तो फिर एल्स, वो ये चेक करेगा। ठीक है, वो सीधा पहले तो ये चेक करेगा, अगर ये फॉल्स निकली तो फिर ये चेक करेगा। नाउ बैक टू इंग्लिश। So, what does this do? So, what this basically just does that, if a is not greater than 1, then it will check if it is equal to 2. And then if it is, then it will print a is 2. So, let's test it out. So, a is equal to 1, 2, 3. So, this should print a is greater than 1 because this is true. Now, if I set it to 2, okay, there is a problem actually. There is a problem because if a is greater than 1, if I set a to 2, then both of these conditions are true, 2 is greater than 1 and a is equal to 2. These both are true. So what I will set it to? I'll set it to equal to equal to. I said this in my last episode. Equal to means comparison, but a single equal to means assignment. When we are assigning a to 2, when we are assigning the value 2 to a, then we use single equal to. When we are comparing, then we use double equal to. So now it will do, if a is equal to 1, then A is 1. Else, if A is equal to 2, then print A is 2. So A is 2. See, this was false. Then it checked this and A is equal to true. It was true. So it just did this. Now, let's remove this line. We don't really need it. So I hope you understood it. This is that. Now let's move on to switch case. What is switch case? Switch. This is the syntax. This is the format. Copy this down. I will explain in a moment. Okay. So this is switch case. What does switch case do? Okay. So imagine I have a number that the user inputs and I want to check if it is 1, then I will print that the number is 1. If it is 2, I will print number is 2. So normally I would use the if statements and if, that. But that is very inefficient. That would be like if, as if, and it would be very long. So instead of that, we use switch case. Now, how does it work? Switch and case. Okay, what does it mean? Switch means when a certain condition is true, it will switch it. Okay, no. I will just tell you what that means really. Case. Okay, let me just tell you. So imagine the user inputs a value between 1 to 10, and I have to print if it is 1. If the input is equal to 1, then print input is 1. If it is 2, print input is 2. If it is 3, print input is 3. So this would be a lot of if else. What do? We use switch A and we use the scope. And what do? Case. In the case, this stands for if it is the case that the A is 2, then system.out.println A is 2. Okay. And at the end, you will put a break to let the compiler know that the case has ended. Whatever code you have written that will execute when the case is met, that has ended when you say break. Okay, let's say about this, I say case 1. If A is 1, system.out.println A is 1 and then break. So I will not manually type this. I will just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 or 10. Okay, so copy this down. Okay, so this is basically that if the now there is a much advanced way of doing this we will cover later, and that is just simply we can write this all of this like this all of this in one line, that is, see, this one line does what this all does, but we will this is advanced for you. Okay, this is a concept known as string concatenation. Okay, we will cover that later. Now, so switch A, and if the A is 1, if case 1 is equal to true, if A is equal to 1, then print A is 1, break. Case 2 is 2, and this all of this until case 10. If it is the case that A is 10, then print A is 10. Now let's test this. A is equal to 1, it says A is 1. A is equal to 5, A is 5. Okay, this is what is called switch case. So we can use it like this. Now, now one more topic was the last topic was relation. Now, what is relation? It is simply, okay, it is literally just, so for example, if I have if A, okay, so there are lots of types of relational operators. I did not cover that in the last video. Let me do it right now. Relational operators is equal to, okay, so we have is equal to, bigger is equal to, small is equal to, not equal to, and dot equals, and maybe what else? Dot equals ignore case, like this, dot equals like this, and so these are the relational operators. Actually, these are functions, so you don't need to know these. Okay, so what does this mean? Okay, first of all, is equal to, I just told you, if A is equal to 5, this is comparison operator. Okay, so if A is equal to 5, then it will print whatever I do here, whatever I do like. Okay, if bigger is equal to means if A is bigger than 5 or equal to 5. So in here, if A is equal to 5, then it will run this, whatever I type in here. But if it is bigger than 5, then also it will run this. Okay, very straightforward. Bigger is equal to. The scientific, not, whoa, what happened, bro? Wait. Sorry, I'm so sorry for this. My keyboard has just ran out of, oh my god. It has just ran out, it has ran out of like, battery. And I'm so scared right now. I have to put the charging back in, but I know that the charging port, it is metallic and it has a very high voltage through it, and I'm very scared. Okay, I put it in. Okay. Oh, I was very scared. Okay, A is bigger than or equal to 5. Okay, very easy. Now, A is smaller than or equal to 5. This is, oh my, oh wait, what am I? Am I an idiot? Am I an idiot? Okay, so this is literally the same. If A is equal to 5 or if A is smaller than 5. So if I say A is equal to 5, then it will run whatever I type here. But if it is, I say A is equal to 2, then also because it is smaller, it is also checking for smaller. Next we have the last one, the last topic of today's video, that is not equal to. Okay, so in Java, this is actually very universal. Okay, you will see this pop up in almost like in many topics in Java. So it is literally this. Exclamation mark means negation. It means not. Okay. So if A is not equal to 5, okay, let me show you. This is a little more advanced. Dot println. A is not 5. Else A is 5. Okay. So what this does is if A is not equal to 5, this is not checking off. If I want to check for if it is equal to, then I will do this. A is equal to 5. But if I want to check if it is not equal to, then I will do negation operator and then comparison operator. Okay. So if A is not 5, it will print this. A is not 5. Else, if it is 5, it will print A is 5. So let's say A is equal to 2. I run this, it says A is not 5. But if it is 5, then this condition is false. This is checking if A is not equal to 5. And this is saying that A is 5. So this condition is false and it will print whatever is in the else scope. That is A is 5, which is okay. See, so this is all for today's video. Um, but let me actually no, don't want to end this. Last thing, okay? I mean seriously, last thing. Let's There's the thing known as nested conditionals. Okay, how does it work? What is Okay, so what this does is like you can put an if inside an if. You know what I mean? So let's say if A is not equal to 5, then it will check if A is greater than 20. Okay, So if first it will check if a is not 5. Then if it is not 5, then it will move forward. Let's set it to 4. Then it will move forward. Now what is in the scope? Another if statement. What is it? If a is greater than 20, system, let's say system dot out of println, a is not 5 and is greater than 20. Okay. So what this does is if a is not equal to 5 and if a is greater than 20, then a is what? Then it will print this. Okay. If any one of these two conditions is false, then it will not print this. Okay. Let's say a is equal to 4. So first it checks this. A is not equal to 5. This is true. Now it moves on to here. 4 is not greater than 20. So in this case, it will not print anything. Now let's set it to 23. 23 is not 5 and 23 is bigger than 20. So this will print a is not 5 and is greater than 20. Okay. Now. I don't want to make this complicated, but these are just called nested if. Nest, you have seen like a bird, pigeon's nest. You know, like one thing is inside the other. So this is called nested. There are also nested loops, nested while loops, for loops. I think I will teach that in the next episode. Let me just pull it up right now. So the next one is loops. Okay, wow, I love loops. Okay, loops is literally like such a fundamental concept. Okay, so it is used in like almost every DSA. You can search what is DSA on Google. It just means data structure and algorithm. It is like for example, this string is in DSA. For example, array is in DSA. Okay, and so on and so on. So just a minute. So let me just tell you all. After we do the loops in the next episode, then in the second next episode we will do Java methods. Then after that we will do arrays. After that we will do strings. After that we will do taking input from the user. And finally after that we will create together a mini calculator app which combines input, loops, conditionals and methods. This is going to be very very fun. Okay. So that is that. So today's syllabus is over, I think. So let me just, okay, I don't remember what was like last homework. Okay, so I don't really remember. I should have checked it before recording. I am such I'm so dumb. So I mean, if I don't remember it, that just means that you get a day off. Okay, I am leaving you for now. You are saved. If you didn't do your homework, you are safe. Okay, but if I had remembered what it was, then and if you hadn't done it, then like I would like just come to your house, okay, and force you to do it, right? So homework today's what is this book? Homework is uh create a variable, create an int, no, create a double variable named set its name to name name. Then second step. Oh, what am I? Wait, first step. Yeah, like this. Homework. First, create a double variable named name. Set its value to whatever you want. Then third, use an if condition to check if the double variable, if the variable name, if the variable named name is equal to 1.2. Okay, if it is so if it is not equal, if it is equal to 1.2, print the variable is 1.2. If it is not equal to 1.2, print the variable is not 1.2. Okay, so very easy. I just showed you right now. So Now today's syllabus is over. I just want to say a couple things before we move on actually. So like, let me just tell you, tomorrow, not tomorrow actually, day after tomorrow is my SSC exam, and 2 days after that, like 1 day or 1 day gap, 2 days after that is my Hindi exam. Now for me guys, Hindi is very hard. It is very tough. So I might maybe I might upload videos late in the day, like when if I am doing my homework, or if I am literally memorizing essays, like memorizing Anuched Lekhan, whatever. So it might have a load on my schedule, but I will always try to get my work completed and teach you guys. Okay, so this is it for today. Please do the homework, and tomorrow's syllabus will be, let's see. Tomorrow's syllabus will be, oh, what am I dumb? I just told you, it is loops, okay? We will be covering tomorrow syllabus is loops. For loop, and while loop, and for each loop, or like also known as enhanced for loop. We will learn all of this. Now I'm just wasting your time. So bye for now. Today's syllabus is done. And thanks for watching. If you like it, please like and subscribe the video. And I will meet you in the next video.